Well, hello, it's Alberto with Abalone Podcast, and today I'm here with...
Lima Sierra Wooten.
Okay, Lima Sierra. So, why are we here today?
We are talking about the Fort Bragg name change.
Okay, so tell me more about it. What's your personal take on that?
I think we need to learn the history about why the name of Fort Bragg exists for this town.
Okay. And so, do you have anything to add to why the name exists?
Well, yes, actually, in this picture is General David Petraeus, and June of 2020, he wrote an article about taking the Confederate names off of our Army bases. He believed it was time to remove the names of traitors like Henry Benning and Braxton Bragg. It is time to stop elevating the lost cause and honoring those who fought for the right to enslave others. My dad is on this side right here on the right, and they have trained together at these rebel forts. What message is being sent to our African American soldiers serving on these installations? From sea to shining sea, deep-rooted racism has benefited this country and community. It's time to learn from errors of the past. There are politics of war and peace, and racism is a national security issue, and these name changes are the first step to prevent wedges within the military. It matters that there is a fort on the East Coast and on the West Coast. The sentiments are the same. We support men who fought for the enslaved of others. We have to learn and change if we ever want to heal.
Wow, powerful. Well, I appreciate that. Did you want to add anything else on that?
No, but thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your time. Well, hello there. It's Alberto with Abalone Podcast, and today I'm here with...
Malia Elsner.
Malia, why are we here today?
We are here today because a large segment of our population is wanting to change the name of Fort Bragg.
Okay. So tell me more. What's your personal take on this one?
Well, there's many reasons for changing the name of Fort Bragg, but one is Braxton Bragg himself. And Braxton Bragg was a slaveholder. He was a Confederate general in the Civil War. He grew up with slaves. When he went to West Point for 4 years, he had a slave with him. Later in life, he married a wealthy woman. They had over 100 slaves. He spent his entire life trying to keep slavery in the South. And I don't think this town wants to be remembered in that way.
Okay. Yeah, wow. Did you want to add anything else on that one?
Well, yeah. So he was also not a very nice man, literally. Mm-hmm. He was, in his day, he was very much disliked by his subordinates, by his superiors, by his fellow generals. Did not like him. They said he was extremely difficult to get along with, and he was a drunkard. And even back in 1862, which is exactly 160 years ago, there was Colonel Lippett, I believe his name was, in the fort in Humboldt County. And he wrote a letter to his supervisors in Washington, D.C., and asked that the name Fort Bragg be changed because he didn't think that Bragg deserved that honor because, he said, because he was a traitor to our country, which he was. So even 160 years ago, someone was trying to change the name of this town. So my feeling is, and I sympathize with everyone in town who doesn't want it changed, who's lived here their entire life. I get that. But it's time. It's time in history. Time in the world, time in this country. It's just the right thing to do.
Well, thank you for that. Thank you for your time. Well, hello there. It's Alberto with Abalone Podcast, and today I'm here with...
Raven Deerwater.
Okay, Raven, why are we here today?
We're here because the name of Fort Bragg affects not just the citizens of Fort Bragg, but I live in the 95437 zip code, and I'm also a tax-paying resident of the Fort Bragg Unified School District.
Okay, so the name change. So what's your personal take on it?
Well, you know, Alberto, it's been over 150 years since the end of the Civil War. And there's still over 200 schools in this country named after Confederate leaders. And of those schools, there are only two left in the entire state of California: Fort Bragg High School and Fort Bragg Middle School. It's sort of an amazing thing that we're still holding on to having the schools named after Fort Bragg and the city named after Fort Bragg. The mission of the Fort Bragg High School includes opportunities for all students. The vision of the Fort Bragg Unified School District is to have students thrive in a diverse global society. Braxton Bragg didn't believe in opportunities for all students, only white ones. Braxton Bragg didn't believe in a diverse global society. He only believed in a white supremacist one.
Wow. Do you have anything else to add on that one?
You know, I think what many citizens of Fort Bragg haven't quite grasped is this movement to change cities, streets, schools, and other places after Confederate leaders is not going to go away. And the more we hold out, the more we will be seen, rightly or wrongly, as supportive of the Confederacy and of its principles. I'd rather be proactive than reactive. Our children deserve no less.
Wow. Well, thank you for that, and thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Hello, everybody. It's Alberto with Abalone Podcast, and today I'm here with...
I'm Sean.
Hey there, Sean. Why are we here today?
I feel like it's really important that people become educated as to the shameful history that's surrounding the name of this town. My feeling is that there's a lot of misinformation that is continued, a lot of emotional reaction that occurs. I feel like that's something that can be changed with thoughtful consideration.
Okay. So, Sean, I got a question here. This is from the community right here. How do we respond to opponents who call this renaming devise, woke, snowflake, a waste of time, cancel culture, rewriting history?
Well, you know, whenever I hear terms like that, comments like that, buzzwords, I always feel like people are responding to something they're making a judgment about something they're not that well educated about. I feel like it's really a shame because there is a difficult history connected with the name of this town. Certainly many people before me have commented about the history of Braxton Bragg, so I don't need to talk about that so much. But the whole idea of this being a fort is a really bad idea, because when it was a fort, the indigenous people that lived in this area for centuries were moved off to reservations. They were, their children were sold. It was a lot of pain and suffering that was involved in that time. So to continue to call it a fort, to my mind, seems like a really bad idea. I feel like whoever lives here needs to have pride in the name and what is connected to the name of the town. So, for example, we have the beautiful forests here. We have a wonderful coastline. We have a lot of friendly people here. Why not appreciate that and honor that?
Of course. Well, thank you. Did you want to add anything on that?
Well, I think it's, like I say, it's something I feel we have a moral responsibility to consider.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time. Well, hello there. It's Alberto with Abalone Podcast, and today I'm here with...
Suzanne Tennyson.
Hey, Suzanne. So, why are we here today?
We're here to talk about the changing the name of Fort Bragg.
Okay. And so tell me a little bit more. What's your personal take on it?
My personal take is that some people are adamant about not changing the name of the town, and we really do want to try to deal with that. Hopefully over time we can find some common ground about that. But I want to say, let's not take this as something like taking away a name. Let's add something to it. Let's have a name that better reflects who we are today and how we want to see ourselves and how we want other people to see us.
Okay. I like that. Let's add some more on that.
Okay. I want to say that this is an opportunity to celebrate everything we love about living here in Fort Bragg. But we need a name we can feel proud of, that will showcase what we have to offer, and that will reflect the inclusiveness of all the people here and their well-being.
Did you want to add anything more on that?
We don't have to be named after a walled fortress or a slave owner. We love our town. Let's be part of its history too. We have a lot to gain, and let's do the right thing.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time, Suzanne.